Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another 4K and Blu-ray collection update and unboxing. If you guys don't know me, my name is David, and I review movies over at Mediabook.com. I started doing this as a way to give people a heads up as to what's coming out now and in the upcoming weeks as far as 4Ks and Blu-rays go. First up, we have The Undoing. This is on Blu-ray. It does have Blu-ray and a digital code included. Now, this show, I've in the last year or so, because of everything happening, I've gotten into watching a lot more limited series, a lot more shows that are debuting on Apple Plus or Netflix or HBO Max, things like that. This is one of them. I mean, you have Nicole Kidman and Hugh Grant, a powerhouse, both powerhouses of acting credentials, included. And you throw them into this murder mystery type of deal, and you get gold. This is really, really good. This is probably one of the best shows that I've seen in quite a while. I was hooked after the first episode. I could not stop watching it after that until the end. Now, obviously, it's a limited series. This is going to be the only season that it has, but as far as I know, anyway. But it was done really, really well. And it kept me guessing, me and my wife guessing the whole way through. The performances were tremendous. I can't speak ill of anything that was done in this show. I thought it was pretty perfect, I think, for the most part, all the way through. And there's a twist towards the end that you see, and you're like, okay, wow, okay, I didn't see that coming. But, again, great show. Me and my wife kind of like these murder mystery kind of shows or limited series, and this one's one of our favorites at this point. Again, like I said, Hugh Grant, Nicole Kidman. This is from the director of Night Manager and Bird Box. And then also the producer of, written by the person that did Big Little Lies, which is, again, another one of our favorite shows that we watched. Really, really good. And Nicole Kidman has had this resurgence of these acting roles that she's done recently that are just tremendous, which is kind of out of nowhere, to be honest. But here's the back here, in case you guys don't know what it's about. The special features are there as well. All right, let's go ahead and pop this open. Has this cool slipcase. It does have digital copy included. And then here you have disc 1 on this side and disc 2 on this side. Disc 1 has episodes 1 to 3, and Disc 2 has 4 to 6 right here. Really cool. Not really any discard or anything like that, which is fine. It does have the same coloring though as the cover art there. And then here you have the front, back, and spine for The Undoing. And this one is out now from Warner Brothers Home Entertainment. Again, really good show. There's a lot of shows that are coming out now that I have a big love for. One of them, another one is oh my God, 9 Perfect Strangers. That's a Hulu series. That's a really good one too. And who does it have? Nicole Kidman. I mean, she's again had this resurgence of awesome roles that she's done, and yeah, I'm intrigued by what she's doing. Next up, we have a 2-pack. And this is The Net and The Net 2.0. So, I loved The Net when it first came out. This kind of showed a lot of stuff that that now we typically do, like ordering pizza online, kind of thing. And it's essentially somebody that gets their identity stolen and stuff ensues. This was, I think it was a little bit after her role in Speed, if I remember correctly. And I loved it. I thought it was so cool. It was like, a hacking internet-ish kind of thing. Now, does it hold up? Maybe not so much, but it's still fun to watch, especially for the time. Now, the Net 2.0 I have never seen. And I'm intrigued to check that one out and see. I think it came out maybe a couple of years, if I remember correctly, a couple of years after the first Net came out. So these 2-packs, that come out by Mill Creek, sometimes, like, okay, you'll get like the usual movie that you know of, and then you get the movie that you're like, well, I've never seen this one. Let me check this one out. And that's kind of like the best part of these 2-pack movies. Like I said, I've never seen it. I have to check it out very, very soon. But the Net for sure is one of my favorites. It's like I guess you could say like a guilty pleasure. It's not like the best movie in the world, but it's kind of cool to see for the time. Just like Hackers, that movie Hackers does not really hold up, but when it came out, that was one of my favorite movies when it came out, because I was like, you know what, I want to be a hacker. Never happened, but anyway, here you have the inside, and it's just a basic disc art. Just have the Net here and the Net 2.0. Like I said, typically, I haven't checked this one out yet. Typically, whenever they put too many movies on one disc, it does, the compression rate kind of takes a blow. If there's 2 movies, there's usually not a problem. I haven't checked this out yet, but if you guys are curious, let me know in the comments, and I will follow up with you guys. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for the Net and the Net 2.0. This is a 2-pack from Mill Creek Entertainment. It is out now. All right. So, I don't know how many of you guys have seen the Net, but if you guys have, again, let me know. Because those are those like little niche movies that nobody really, remembers or anything like that. Next up, we have Almost Famous on 4K. This is the 4K Ultra HD Steelbook. It does have 4K Ultra HD and a digital copy included. As you see here, you see Kate Hudson front and center. It does have a matte finish, which, again, I've come to realize that I like matte finishes, but I also do appreciate the little slick ones, the other ones that come out that are nice and shiny as well. But anyway, here goes the back here, which is pretty cool. I like this. Again, nice artwork, and this is a fantastic movie. I love this movie. It's been a while since I've seen it. Directed by Cameron Crowe. Does have Billy Crudup. I think that's how you say his name. I know I can see his face in my head. Jason Lee, also Kate Hudson, Patrick Fugit, and this is one of the first Kate Hudson movies, I guess, that kind of put her on the map in a sense. And true story. This is kind of inspired by a true story by Cameron Crowe himself. Was a writer for Rolling Stone. Went on tour with bands and stuff like that. Got into a whole bunch of stuff. But really, really good. It does include the bootleg cut, which has about, I believe, 35 minutes of extra footage in there, which is really, really good. And I think all those 35 minutes are needed for this movie, and are appreciated for this movie, because it's so good. If you have not seen Almost Famous, I highly recommend checking it out. Really, really good. Let's go ahead and pop this open. It does have digital copy. And here you have the 4K disc there. Just basic disc art. And then, yeah, that is the 4K disc. This does include the. I got kind of confused because I saw this disc. This one has the bootleg cut of the film, right here. And then this is the 4K disc with the theatrical cut of the film. All right. And then again, like I always tell you, one of my biggest things is interior artwork. Like, you're gonna do a steelbook, you gotta have some pretty good interior artwork. You know, that to me, again, in my opinion, to me that matters. And we do have some really nice interior artwork here. You can see all the characters there. Fantastic. The cast is like kind of like, if you look at the cast, you're like, wow, all these people were in this movie? Yeah, they were. And it was such a great movie, man. Really, really good. So good. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for Almost Famous. This is the 4K Steelbook, and this is out now from Paramount. Really, really great movie, man. Highly, highly recommend it. Next up, we have Justice Society World War II on 4K Ultra HD. Does have 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and a digital copy included. Now, again, this kind of was the one animated movie after the reboot of the DC animated universe. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but this was one of those ones where it was kind of trying to reboot everything, trying to retell the story, trying to show that things are different now. And it was really good. It does show that there's different universes, different, kind of like a multiverse kind of feel to it. But it was so good, with the Flash kind of being the main focus of the movie. And if this is any indication, this is kind of what to expect in the Flash movie, live action movie. Maybe not this exactly, but the kind of premise, the idea of what he does would be probably predominant in his movie. But really, really great movie. Again, animation, to me anyway, animation lends very, very well to 4K, which it looked really, really nice. You have the OG Flash there, Wonder Woman, Flash right here, front and center, Hawkman, and I believe Black Canary. But really, really good. And then you have Aquaman on the back. And there is the description, in case you guys don't know what it's about. And the special features are there as well. But excellent movie. Like I always say, these DC animated movies, even the ones that aren't, super, super great, they're still good. And this one's really good though. This one doesn't fall in that category of not so great. This one was actually really, really good. Let's go ahead and pop this open. It does have digital copy. And we do have the discs here. So the Blu-ray disc does have some disc art with Wonder Woman right there. The 4K just has a basic disc art, just black, and then the logo. And then here we have the front, back, and spine for Justice Society World War II. And this one is out now from Warner Brothers Home Entertainment. Fantastic movie. And the one thing that I did notice that they started doing with the rebooted DC animated movies was that the spine here has this little part. So all the DC movies that are coming out or have come out since then, all have this little connective thing where it's going to show like DC Universe or something like that. Is wording there. It's all connective, which is pretty neat, just to show like a complete collection kind of deal. Pretty cool. I like it. Next up is Horizon Line on Blu-ray. Does have Blu-ray and a digital copy included. Now, this movie, I knew nothing about. This is one of those movies that kind of falls on my desk, and I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. Like what could be, worse that I don't like it. I actually really like this movie quite a bit. It's one of those movies that I guess you could kind of call it like a survival type of movie. I like those kind of movies, and also those kind of movies but that are set in one area. One area kind of movies where it makes the writer or the filmmaker get creative. They have to get creative on how they're gonna make this whole story around this one room, this one area. Essentially, in this case, it's a plane that there's a man and a woman going on a plane to a wedding, I believe in like the Caribbean, and the pilot dies. I'll kind of leave it at that, and they have to figure out how to survive after that. It gets pretty intense, but I do like the idea of that, of those kind of scenarios where somebody in a room, and there's a whole movie about somebody in one room. Again, you have to get very creative, and this one did the job just right. I feel like, anyway. Really, really entertaining all the way, all the way through, and the performances were fantastic as well, I thought. But really, really good. Here goes the front there, and there goes the back. If you guys don't know what it's about, you can pause that there. But again, I think I appreciate those movies a little bit more because I used to try to make films as a teenager, and I had to be very creative on what I did because I had no money at the time. It does come with digital copy. And then here you have the disc here. Just your typical basic disc on Blu-ray. This is the Universal standard, kind of semi-reflective, but the title on top, the Blu-ray at the bottom. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for Horizon line, and this one is out now from Universal Pictures Home Entertainment. Great movie, like I said. If you have not heard about it or heard of it, recommendation. Next up, we have Godzilla vs. Kong on 4K. And this does have 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and a digital copy included. I mean, what's there more to say? It's Godzilla versus Kong, for God's sakes. The battle that everybody had been waiting for forever. And it was really good. Like, me and my son saw it twice when it premiered. And I will probably watch it a couple more times. I'm a huge Godzilla fan. Especially with the recent Kong stuff that they've done, pretty big Kong fan as well. So this is a no-brainer. I mean, it's a big popcorn action movie. My only thing is that I know a lot of people with the Godzilla movies and then the Kong movies, they all had their own opinion with, well, there's too much story with the people and not enough monster stuff. And then too much monster stuff, but not enough story with the people. This one was a lot more, I felt like it was a little bit more in the middle with both. And there was still people that I thought like had a problem with it. That it was too much monster stuff, too much monsters fighting. Nah, man. Like, come on, this is what you're coming to see. Godzilla versus Kong. Give me a break. Like, I mean, what more do you want? I loved it, though. Really, really good movie. And it looked fantastic. Again, it's with 4K, like, these action movies, animation, like, it's perfect for that scenario. And, again, loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. I cannot wait until they do another one. Hopefully it's going to be Destroy All Monsters or something. And here goes the back here in case you guys don't know what it's about. Special features are there as well. I thought everything was fantastic with this movie. There's in this case you're not going to be able to please everybody, but I loved it anyway. It does come with digital copy. And here you have the Blu-ray on this side. and the 4K on this side. Now, the cool part is that if you really look at it, you have Kong's footprint there, and then you have Godzilla's footprint on the 4K. So that's pretty cool. I like that. I like how they did that. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for Godzilla vs. Kong, and this one is out now from Warner Brothers Home Entertainment. All right. Moving right along, we have one of my favorite movies of all time. And I would say, as a family here in the house, we've watched this movie quite a bit. And this tends to be like on the rotation of movies that we watch here and there, and that is Shrek. And this is the 20th anniversary edition on 4K Ultra HD. Does have 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and a digital copy included. But Shrek is a no-brainer. I mean, come on. If you have not seen Shrek, you have to see Shrek. Like, it's one of those movies that animated movies that has something for everyone in there. If you've read any sort of fairy tale, you know, of any sort of, you know, myth or anything like that, you're gonna love this movie because everything is in one movie. And there's humor for kids, there's humor for adults. Some of the humor for adults, I was like, oh, okay. As I got older, I'm like, wow, okay, they put that in there. But it's such a good movie altogether. Great performances as well. Does have digital copy included. And here you have, let's see here, Shrek on 4K Ultra HD. Right there with nice disc art, which is essentially just the front. Then you have Shrek on Blu-ray, just a green disc art, which actually is a nice touch. And then you have the Blu-ray bonus disc right here for Shrek. But really, really good movie. Animation looks fantastic on this. I haven't had any sort of issue with it looking weird to me anyway. But fantastic. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for Shrek. And this is the 20th anniversary edition on 4K Ultra HD, and it is out now from Universal Pictures Home Entertainment. All right. Almost done, guys. We have just a couple more to go. And next up we have G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra on 4K Ultra HD. Does have 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and a digital copy included, just like always. Now, this movie here, I love G.I. Joe. When this movie came out, Channing Tatum was in it, and at that time, anyway, Channing Tatum was kind of still kind of getting into acting. He wasn't like, you know, very out there. And you had like Marlon Wayans in it as well. My thought process on it was like, wow, they're really gonna bomb this movie really hard. And after watching it, it's not that bad. I mean, it's not the best movie either, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was very action-packed, but very also tech-oriented, which G.I. Joe, if you remember G.I. Joe is very more like military-esque, you know, not like super suits kind of thing. But again, was not a bad movie. Maybe not the best choice in casting per se, but it's an entertaining movie altogether. Looks great in 4K as well. Again, action movies kind of are really great in that aspect, but really, really good. It was nice to see you know, like Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes and stuff like that, and Duke in this movie. But here you have the back, in case you guys don't know what it's about. But fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and pop this open. But yeah, I'm a huge G.I. Joe fan. Every G.I. Joe type movie that comes out, or G.I. Joe thing, like, I have to check it out. Now, what would be cool is if they brought back the G.I. Joe like animated series like in some way, shape, or form, or maybe like the way that they do the Mortal Kombat movies now would be pretty cool, I think, for a G.I. Joe kind of franchise moving forward. Because you can do a lot with animation. Anyway, it does come with digital copy. And then here you have, you got G.I. Joe, Rise of Cobra on Blu-ray. And then on 4K as well. No discard or anything like that. Kind of plain. And then here's the front, back, and spine for G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra on 4K Ultra HD, and it is out now from Paramount. But yeah, I'm anything G.I. Joe, like I'm there. I'm there for. Even if, again, if it's not that great. Just like Transformers. Some of the Transformers movies were not good. But I still watch them all. I still have them all. So those are the things that I love just because they were from my childhood. Now, bring back Thundercats. All right? Do a Thundercats movie and I'll be there day one. Next up, and lastly, we have G.I. Joe Retaliation. Now, this movie, I think they kind of course corrected with this movie. What they should have done in the previous movie, they did with this one. And it wasn't so like super uber futuristic that they had all these, tech suits, these, things like that. They had a big freaking dude, and that's Rock Dwayne Johnson. I call him that. But anyway, they had him, and he was like brute force kind of dude. They had Channing Tatum in the movie just to kind of connect the dots in a sense. But this movie is, to me anyway, is the definitive G.I. Joe movie. I really love this one quite a bit. It is cheesy in spots and things like that. But this is the movie that probably should have been done first and then figure out what you're going to do afterwards. I enjoyed this one immensely. I have this movie like on, I think like 3 different versions of this movie, including a 3D version, which I love quite a bit. I love me a good 3D movie. But great movie. I really, really dig this one. This is one of those where I will pop it on if I feel like having a good like popcorn action flick just to throw on, or like in the background of if I'm doing something else. This is one of those. So again, if you have not seen it, highly recommend it. Let me know what you guys think of this one in the comments below. So you have the cover here. And then here goes the back, in case you guys don't know what it's about. And then the special features are there as well. Now, the misplaced part was probably Bruce Willis. I didn't think he really needed to be in the film, but I guess it's okay. Does have digital copy. And then here you have the Blu-ray on this side, which is a typical Paramount Blue. Almost like the typical Disney Blue that they would do. And then the 4K on this side. And then you have the front, back, and spine for G.I. Joe Retaliation on 4K Ultra HD. And this one is out now from Paramount. All right. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Again, I'm still trying to catch up on the backlog of stuff. So that's probably why you saw like a bunch of older films that have already been out for a bit. But thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Please give this video a big thumbs up. If you dug it or found it informative in any way, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well, because I will be coming back with more videos as always. There will be links down in the description below if you guys want to pick any of these titles up. You guys don't have to, but again, it does help if you guys do. And with all that being said, we'll catch you next time.